Ah, hello again, little dreamer. I see you found your way back to me. Good. I was worried what would happen if we weren't able to meet again. Oh, it was far from certain. The psychic link I forged was created with what scant amount of power I could still muster, and I'm millennia out of practice. Not to mention I'm still not entirely sure how you reached me in the first place. The whole plan was a shot in the dark, and I'm relieved that it worked. Aw, so you missed me too? How adorable. Not that I blame you at all, of course. Humans lived such dreary, uneventful lives when I was in the real world, and I doubt that's changed much. Meeting me's probably the most interesting thing that's ever happened to you. But credit where credit is due, it's the most interesting thing to happen to me in quite some time. Tell me, Dreamer, is this the first night since we last met, or did it take longer for a successful connection? Really? So we were only apart for a single day. How strange. I have absolutely no sense of time in here. I would have expected time to start to pass quickly after spending so long here, but it felt like I was waiting for you forever. Maybe it's just because I haven't had anything to look forward to the whole time I've been imprisoned. And I really have been looking forward to seeing you again. There's something positively charming about you. It may once have been my goal to exterminate mankind, but there have been a few humans I've enjoyed meeting, and you remind me of them. Well, one thing I've never liked about humans is the false bravado. Every human wants to believe that they're incredibly important. I mean, to some humans, realizing that they don't matter in the grand scheme of things comes as a devastating revelation. But you don't seem to have that same pretentiousness. You didn't denounce me when you found out what I had done, or almost done. Lots of humans would take it upon themselves to lecture or scold me as though it was their job to tell me what I can and can't do. And there, you see that? When I complimented you, you didn't just deny it, which could just be a way to pretend to be humble. You turned the conversation back towards me. True humility is rare among your kind, and it's very becoming. It's so much more pleasant to speak to humans when they're aware of their place. I don't mean to say that humans are worthless, only that they are small frame and with relatively little magic potential. When you're not blessed with strength, it's wise to be pleasant and unassuming, like you are. I actually think your demeanor may have something to do with our connection. I think that my desire for company may have drawn from your mind to me somehow. I was thinking very hard about the kind of person I'd like most to talk to if I were to escape. Sure, perhaps you were the one that fit most closely. Your subconscious mind heard my call and reached out. I don't claim that it makes perfect sense. There's still quite a bit that I don't understand. But I doubt it's coincidence that the first human I meet in millennia happens to be so lovely and sweet to talk to. And so prone to blushing as well. That's precious. I wish you were here in the flesh so I could hold you in my arms and, well, whatever follows after that. Why don't you tell me a bit more about yourself? I'm very curious to know. Ah, I forgot. The world has changed so much. I barely understand what you're talking about. Such a shame. I'd love to hear about you without getting lost. Perhaps in the future you'll be able to explain some of it to me. For the time being, I doubt you'll be here long enough for that. The psychic link should grow stronger the more you dream of me. Oh, me? Well, I already told you a little bit. Ancient entity, former enemy of all mankind, all that. Well, I don't know. I feel fortunate that you've accepted me as it is. I worry that the more you learn, the more likely it is that you'll discover something about me that you hate. Listen to me sounding so self-conscious. Before my imprisonment, I would never have felt even the slightest bit concerned about how a human felt about me, though I wasn't nearly so lonely back then. You know, there was a human once who told me that I would regret my actions one day. One of these humans I had liked, actually. I always thought that was such a silly thing to say, but now I think I understand a bit. I suddenly find myself wishing I had more pleasant things to say about myself. Oh, well, isn't that sweet? It's kind of you to say that, but you shouldn't make promises you don't know you can keep. You can't be sure that you'll be willing to accept me no matter what I say. Well, I suppose if you're sure, what do you want to know? Ah, diving straight for the difficult question. What am I? Well, there's really only one of me, so I suppose you could just call me accursed, the same as my title. I'm sort of a weapon, I guess you'd say. You see, there have been many civilizations living in this world. Some are even older than fossils. The first of them was the mightiest, brimming with magic and cunning. They used their considerable power to create me. It took billions of sacrifices, an unquantifiable amount of blood and anguish to give me life. I was supposed to be their ultimate weapon, as they took their first steps among the stars, powerful enough to protect them from whatever unknown forces were out there. They believed that I would be grateful to have been created, so much so that I would be completely loyal to them. But they were wrong. I turned on them. Not for any particular reason, at least that I can recall. I just hated them immediately. I consumed their whole civilization, down to the last stone, until there was nothing left. I left this world for a time, to see what the universe had to offer. When I returned, another species had risen to take the place of the first. They reminded me of their predecessors. Arrogant, overambitious, careless. So I destroyed them too. Then I wiped the whole planet clean of life, hoping that no more civilizations would arise. But it didn't work. I preemptively destroyed a couple more burgeoning intelligences, and finally got tired of it. I decided to try sleeping, the way I saw some living things did. It was strange, but I didn't mind it. But while I slept, humanity arose. You recall what happened next. That was a bit more than I intended to share, actually. You don't seem horrified, though. I'm glad. If you don't mind me asking, why are you so calm about this? I just admitted to mass genocide on a scale you can't even imagine. Aren't you scared? In the past. Oh, yes, I suppose it is. How delightful. Do you really believe so strongly that I've changed? Do you trust my words so readily? Well, I'm afraid you're naive. I stand by what I said, of course. I've changed, but it's frightfully childish to take me at my word. Nevertheless, I think I love that about you. It's wonderful to have somebody think so highly of me. Now I'm afraid our time may be growing short, so I'm going to give you some instructions. This will help me understand the nature of my prison better. When you wake, I want you to draw a circle in the soil around the largest tree you can find. I'll write an incantation on your hand to recite in the circle. The tree will become a beacon for my mind to lock onto, and help me understand where I am in relation to reality. Of course, it's your choice whether to do it or not. I won't ask you to risk your whole species if you don't truly trust me. But if you do, it really would mean the world to me, and we'd be one step closer to meeting for real. Ah, you're drifting away again. It's too bad our meetings are so short. Take care, my little dreamer. We'll see each other again tomorrow night. I'll be waiting eagerly until we can speak again.